Hi, Galaxy Bolt. Yeah, it's a different simulator this time. We're driving stream engines. I just wanted a nice, relaxing stream tonight and not try and think too much. I had a busy day. So, yeah, stressed for life reasons, and I find Derail Valley is a more relaxing game. I mean, although you can break the steam engine, you know, this is like the main regulator. This is the reverser, and we've got two different sets of brakes. You've got a brake isolator. This is cylinder cocks. It's like opens up a valve on the cylinders, so you can close that valve. It's more efficient with it closed. However, you can break stuff with it closed. That's why it's open. Leave it open. You got shove some coal in. Shove some coal in, and then you've got a damper here which controls the amount of air going into the firebox, and that level will drop the fire. It'll open up grates on the bottom. Bring this level up, and then we've got the boiler pressure. Then we've got the control over here to put more water into the boiler from the tender. Sticky things. You know, I've modified this. I've got like a digital speed readout, and we've got speedo down there. This is like pressure and all sorts of different things. We've got brake lines as air lines, fire temperature, boiler pressure is the big most important one. My headset has been acting up today. It's been slowly reducing in volume. Every now and again it'll go down in volume as well. So we've got that one. We've got shelves here. You can put stuff on shelves. But the physics causes this to fall off, and then it falls out the door and you lose it. So I modified the cab to stick a little hook up there. Then you've got a handbrake here. Oh, there's one thing I haven't done. You've got little oil pots on the valve gear down there. You've got to put oil in the oil pots to make sure it's oiled, and there's an oil lever at the front. And I haven't done the oil pots yet. I forgot to do them. So when we get to the destination station, I'll stop and do the oil pots. The 5 is a speed limit of 50 kilometers an hour, and so you've got to watch the speed. You can go off the rails, and you can crash, and there are explosions. Okay, don't know if anyone wants any commentary. So this is wood. This station deals with wood, so it loads wood. It's like a forestry one, and the problem I got is, I could take them to the sawmill, but if we have a lot of weight, sparks actually come out at the top of the chimney because you're pulling a lot of air through the firebox, and it can actually ignite the wood. I haven't had it happen to me, but I've seen it happen to other people. It can ignite the wood. So I'm just seeing what jobs we got. I mean, how much money? I don't think we need a lot of money. If we get it over, do like we do in Kerbal and try and get it over 1 million. There's a shunting job here. We could do a shunting job. I've actually got 3 locomotives with me in the train as well as a caboose. So I don't need to use the steam engine. But of course, I'd have to drag it with us because we're taking up one of the sidings. Okay, let's just do the shunting job. It's only 2 drop-offs. No, it takes too long with 2 drop-offs. It takes too long. Like to have a shunting job with 1 drop-off. Right, logistical hauls are basically empty wagons, and then freight hauls are full wagons. So sawmill, because we're down here at FRS. The sawmill's not far away, it's just down there. That goes goods factory in town, city west, food factory in town, sawmill. 285 tons, that's 684 tons. I pulled 850 once, but it's quite difficult on my own with the locomotives we're pulling, as well as the steam engine on its own, and that was uphill. Do try 684 tons, couldn't we? That's $16,000, and this will give us $8,900. Let's try this. Is it 684 tons? Let's see how far we go. Right, we got the job, the contract. B30. That's the number of the siding. So let's see which wagons. They're full wagons, so it could be one of these. Right, this is job number 25, FH25. See, it says FH25. Where's this wagon moving? Yeah, Derail Valley is still in beta, so it's still got issues. Right. The brake on. The brake's already on. Just stick another brake on. There you go, 2 brakes. Oh, my nose is running. Antihistamines are terrible. It's like hay fever. Okay, so we've got to remember these 2 brakes on this wagon. These wagons are on. Right, FH25. Right, check the wagon numbers. This one's 086, which is on one end. We've got, what's that? 6 and 6 is 12 wagons. Take them to the sawmill. C3I is the siding we take them off on. So it says B30 there, B30 actually, B3 outbound. Where is it? See, B30 with a little arrow, or B3 outbound, and B2 inbound, and B1 at loading. So where's our steam engine? So we're going to go over there, change the points, reverse up here, couple these on. Yeah, the reason why I'm jumping around is because you see this blue thing, that's like teleport, but because I've got it in hyper realistic mode, I can only teleport that far, whereas in the unrealistic arcade modes you can travel much further and go. Right, so what I'm going to do is take this handbrake off, make sure the grate is open, so we're not the fire is going to be at a lower temperature. Reduce the boiler pressure. When you put water into the boiler, it reduces the boiler pressure. So I don't know if you can see, it's a bit dirty, but there is a little bit. The boiler's a little bit down. Of course, it can cause problems if you're too far down. There's the boiler pressure, reducing the boiler pressure because we're not going to use this for a minute. Well, the handbrake is off, so we're actually moving slowly. Right, keep the cylinder cocks open, isolate the brakes, and keep it in neutral. Right. I'm doing that just to save oil and water and everything. Well, we've got this DH4, which I'm carrying around because it was useful when we crashed. And because I didn't used to carry that locomotive around, but when we did crash at one time, we had it and it was useful. This is the other locomotive I like using. This is a DM3. This one's a lot of work. Right, let's take the brakes off. Now, I set the brake isolator, so that means this now has control of all the brakes. The engine's not running, so we start the power on, start the engine. So now if I set the brakes, you'll see the brake lines go up and I can halt the brakes. There's 3 positions. You push it forward, it fills the brake lines in there, and you can put it on the hold position, so it holds the pressure in the brakes. You don't have to put the pressure all the way up in the brakes. So I'm coming back here to grab thing. Although there's lights in some of these cabs, and the light is a bit harsh, I prefer to use the lamp because it's a bit more intimate. It's a bit nicer. Just add that there. It goes nicely illuminated. Take the brakes off. Set it into gear. Bit of throttle. Handbrakes off. Off we go. Okay, one of the things with this locomotive, the DM3, is, right, if I push the throttle forward so the throttle's gone down, you've got these levers here, and it's got a manual gearbox. So now we're at a higher gear. It's not very fast, but it's very tough, this little thing. I can move up gear because it's like 2 gearboxes, two planetary gear sets, and there's 3 positions. So imagine it like there is like set gearing down there, but you can easily ignore it. Just wait until we get past the set of points, and we'll just change the points, and then move up that line there. there is an engine brake there as well. You've got to be careful when changing gear because you've got the engine revs. The engine revs go too high, you can cause problems. Right, we're off the points. Set the brakes. The brakes on. Make sure the brake pressure is in line. Set it to the hold position. Right, that's it. And the throttle's down, not going anywhere. Right, go out and we'll change the points. So change points. Boom, boom, see the points change. And we need this one, B30. So there we go, there's B30. The caboose, you don't need to carry the caboose around. I like carrying the caboose around because you can pass time by going to sleep, and the caboose has got a bed in it. So it's got a bed in it, you can go to sleep. So I'm not going to go to sleep now. I stuck a lamp up there, and you can modify the stuff in the game, so I stuck a lamp up there. And you've got a little brake gauge here, and there's a bin, because if you want to give up your contract, you can just throw it in a bin if you want. It's got a bin. You've got to manage fuel and water, and right, take the brakes off, set the reverser, go back. So if anyone's heard my other Derail Valley streams, I mean, it's incredibly ambitious what the developers of this game are trying. They're building a whole second map. Oh, I haven't used that small steam engine yet, even though I've got a license to it. They're building a whole second map, but they want to introduce signalling and passenger services, and I don't think they're going to be able to do it. They're not going to be able to do it up to a satisfying level. And there are multiplayer mods as well. Because when it comes to signalling passengers, you know, when passengers, you've got time, you've got to get. I suppose that's where the clock's coming out. I don't have a clock on here, do we? You know, you've got to be at a certain place at a certain time and maintain a level of frequency at the station. So passenger services probably could be done. Signalling, I think, is something that they're going to struggle with doing. Be careful. I should do. There we go. So, do that. Select the plug up the 3-link. Select the brake lines. Now, connect the brake lines. Open the brake valves, and now the compressor on the little DM3 locomotive is now filling all these brake lines, and it takes longer to fill or empty the brake lines with air. Right, we'll take this brake off. I believe the wagons are jumping slightly because there's an incline on this track, because it's still in beta. There's still going to be issues. It could be like with physics issues with the engine, the game engine. Right, FH25, that's the one we're doing, isn't it? Yes, FH25. So we take them to the sawmill. There's 600 and something tons plus whatever we got here. Another like 70, 80 tons from the two locomotives. Right, let's turn the engine off, put this one into neutral, isolate the brakes. Right, isolate the brakes lines stay isolated. We can take the brakes off on here, and the brakes lines are still isolated. Right, put it into neutral, pull the engine stop, Hold the engine stop, make sure the brakes are isolated, it's in neutral, and turn the electrics off. Turn the electrics off, handbrakes off, grab the lamp. Let's go over here. 600 and something, say 700 tons. Well, we did it okay. It's raining now, though. It's raining. See the rain on the window? So, yeah, there will be wheel slip. Right. Set the brake isolator. Set the brake isolator. Make sure the brakes are working. It might take a while because we've got more wagons now because it takes longer to fill and empty the brake lines. There you go, the red line is coming down, the red arrow, that's the pressure in the whole brake line. So if you put the brakes onto hold, so it's holding the brake pressure, right. Shovel, bung that in there, get the pressure in the boiler back up, because the pressure in the boiler has gone down. Right, empty the brake lines, make sure cylinder cocks are open, set the reverser, we'll do the regulator, the main throttle now. Just check, everything's fine, make sure the brakes are empty, the red arrow's going down so the brake lines are empty. Might use the regulator and open things up. Pay attention for wheel slip because it's wet rails, but we are going downhill slightly, so it should be okay. Because we're going downhill slightly, I'll close the throttle, close the regulator, because the more we keep this closed, the less water we're using from the boiler. Make sure the wagons are actually coming with us. We're pulling them around. Okay. 5 kilometers an hour. We've got the analog guy. Well, yeah, I added the digital, so it's just a bit easier to see the speed. Right now, we need to close that. We need to check all the points in our favour. So we're down here in FRS, we're going south, so I'm just checking the points. Right, there is an uphill section here, but south of the sawmill, I believe, so that may be difficult. Because we've got sanding gear there, where we can put sand on the tracks to increase our traction. Is the microphone on? Yeah. Well, the speed limit here is 60, but we're only doing 5. I'm worried about putting too much throttle on. Like I said earlier, you can actually pull embers through the firebox and they'll come out the chimney and they can ignite the wood. But if you're pulling enough air through the firebox and chimney to get embers to come out, it means you're using a lot of power. You've got your wide open throttle and air coming through the firebox. You probably might have a heavier load than what we've got. But I don't know, we'll see what we get, because there is an uphill section later. Okay, this is the reverser. It's more efficient towards the centre. It's like they've got the top half and the reverse and bottom half. It's like a CVT, like a continually variable transmission. It controls some of the rods on the valve gear. That's how it works. Right, slow down a bit. We're doing 27. Get the pressure down. Close the cylinder cocks. You've got to be aware of the speed. You can put a little bit of brake on, so like 1 bar of pressure on the brakes. You can hold that one with this lever. You can hold the brake pressure on a little bit. 43. You've got to watch out for the speed limit. Right, 2 and 7. Right, okay. So if we're going down there, it's like only a 20 kilometre an hour corner, that, so got to be careful. Right, I'm going to slow down a bit because I'm worried about the speed because we're going downhill. Hold on, 2.5 bar of pressure on the brakes. Yeah, because we've plugged up the air lines, that's the brakes along the whole rake of the wagons. That's all of us. Take the brake lines off. Put up the reverser again. 23. We're starting to speed up again, so just touch and brake on. A rule of thumb I've found that if you keep it around the 30 kilometers an hour, you can get anywhere on the map. Oh, so we're doing 30 now. I'll just put the brakes on a bit more. Because if you go here, go to the contract, there's a bonus. There's a bonus if you can get it within a time limit. Okay, oh, there you go. A time bonus is 40 minutes. We get a bonus if we do it within 40 minutes. Right, this section of track has got a downhill slope, and I'm still not sure if that says downhill or uphill. I believe it's downhill slope. 70 kilometers an hour limit. There we go, got the uphill section now. Get some sand out, get some sand out. So what I did last time is I set the throttle here and then dived into one of the other locomotives to give us a bit of a hand. Now, how much pressure we got? We could increase the pressure in the boiler, couldn't we? Increase the boiler pressure. Close that. Close that. Increase the boiler pressure. We got water in the boiler. Open the throttle a little bit. We've got the sand going. Sand going. What we're going to do, we're going to keep the throttle going in the right direction in there. We're going to dive into here. Start this up. Where's the starting button? Oh, you got to set the electrics. Set the electrics. Change the brake isolator, put the brakes on. Set the throttle, take the brakes off. The problem is it's raining, so all the tracks are wet. See, the boiler's over pressure in there, so it's got the safety valve is firing and going. So we're just wasting water in the boiler over there. The wheel slip. It's 600 tons. We did this with 850 tons the other week. You see the rain, can't you? It can damage the wheels as well, so we'll have more maintenance costs later. Where's the sander? We've got sander. We've got sander there. Moving forward? No. See the sparks coming out? I'm just going to oil. The oil's overheating because the DH4, this thing actually uses a series of hydraulic gearboxes in order to deliver power to the wheels. And the oil can overheat, and it's got a cooling fan on the front which comes on to cool the oil. There's the wipers. We are making progress, but it is a bit slow. Don't we just block an annoying advert because of the noise? It's not because of the advert, it's because of the noise it makes. Right. ISP, yeah, we're doing trains tonight. A bit more relaxing than Kerbal Space Program. When I say relaxing, we just had a long drag uphill with a 650-ton train. Sorry. Yummy. Yeah. So I'm just going to refill the water and it's a bit dark on screen. I know it's a bit dark. I find when I actually when I do recordings and I edit the Derail Valley videos, I have to push up the brightness a bit. I'll tell you what we can do. I can park this up and then go to sleep in the caboose and then get into the daylight, so it'll be easier to see. Right, we'll park this up. Once we're off the turntable, we'll fill this with coal and water and then go to another station. Yeah, the boiler's overpressuring, so right, put the brakes on, put the air brakes on. The pressure in the air brakes going, hold the pressure in the air brakes, put the handbrake on. Handbrake on, take the air brakes off, open up the damper, put a bit of water in the boiler to decrease the pressure because we're going to park this up. Right, put this in neutral and then we'll go and sleep until daylight. Right, where's the caboose? There you go, the caboose is over there. Is the microphone on? Sleep? Yeah, because it's 22:36. Let's sleep until like 6 in the morning. 6:30, there you go. Give me a couple of seconds to blow my nose, because I've had allergy problems the last few days. Right, close that. There's the turntable. Right, there's the water tower, so we need to put water in this, and there's the coal in stage. So let's stick some coal and water in. Because the water tower is closest, we'll try the water first, right? Because the water tank, it's not empty, I know, but just to be safe, we'll fill it with water. Whenever you go to sleep, it puts the trains into a parking mode anyway, so handbrake's still on. We've got to stick some coal in, stick that in, light the... Now in real life, what you do is light a rag and then throw the rag in there, but in this, you just put the lighter into the firebox. Right, this is the damper. Pull the damper up in order to increase, because it changes the airflow into the firebox. Like there's doors underneath that control the airflow into the firebox. If we have this closed, it'll increase the pressure. Pressure's quite high anyway, so we'll keep it open. Have a cylinder cocks open. Set the brake isolator. We've got to go around and check that the brakes are on. That's the dynamo, I believe, for electrics, and then no, that's the oil. It's like an oil feed. We've got an oil feed there. It's an oil feed because you've got to make sure that all the running gear, all the valve gear has got oil. There you go. And there's a dynamo up here for electrics. You get up there. Got to make sure that valve's turned open. We've got to oil the valve gear. There's oil on the valve gear anyway because I did it earlier. We'll just top up the pots. There's 6 pots on the valve gear. Yeah, there's a YouTube channel, Lowry's Mechanical Marvels. So he's split off his railway stuff into another channel, hasn't he? What's his railway channel called? Lowry Goes Loco, and he does like different steam engines, and there's a whole sequence of just going around and oiling the valve gear on different steam engines on a different YouTube channel. Lowry Rose. Right. So that's oiled up. So we should be okay to move. We've got plenty of pressure in the boiler. These are the air brakes. You've got a hold position, you've got completely off, you've got a hold position, and you've got an apply position. If you see the apply positions, the red line's going up, and you can put it into the hold position to hold the air in the brake lines. You don't have to have the brakes on the maximum all the time, because as you're moving, say you're going downhill, you don't necessarily need you can put the brakes on a tiny little bit to control your descent speed, because there's line speeds to be aware of, and you can crash and you can explode, you can go off the railways. Right, take the brakes off because you're on more or less level ground. Set the reverser, it's like the equivalent of forward and back CVT. This is cylinder cocks, so you can close cylinder cocks, keep them open. If you're going to use a lot of pressure or going from start, keep it open. That's basically valves on the bottom of the cylinders. And this is the main throttle, the regulator. Oh, handbrake is on. Handbrake is actually on the tender. There we go. Right, how far away is the... Oh no, stop. Oh, we missed it, because we need to get the tender over there so that we can fill it with water. It's a little bit awkward. Set the reverser. Just a little bit of throttle. A little bit of regulator. What's that? Yeah, that's more or less the right position, isn't it? We've opened it, haven't we? See, it says misaligned. But if we go here, we can... There you go. It should say ready. So we pull the lever. That shows you how much water is in the tender. So, go. Then we've got to pay for that. Then we've got a receipt that cost $1,188.82. Right. All right. Paying all this money. Right. Get the receipt, throw it in a bin. Right, go and get some coal in it now. So. Set the reverser, brakes off, set the reverser, handbrakes off, a little bit of throttle, a little bit of regulator. I mean, we've got plenty in there, but I just want to make sure it's full. Is that right? We're in the right position, more or less. Yeah, it's green, it says ready. See, that's how much coal we had in it, and that's how much coal we need. I've got a feeling they're going to be introducing electric locomotives. They may even be introducing wood-fired steam engines in the future, because they're building in the game, the developers are building a whole second map. And the whole second map will have, like, this is like a continental European style map, but they're working on an American map, so they may have wood-fired steam engines. And the game is still in early access. It's still in development. It's like one of the things I'd like to see this receipt here. I'd like to be able to throw it into the firebox, but you can't throw it in the firebox. That's something I'd like to see. Right, chuck it in a bin. Right, we'll pick up this caboose. I got two diesel electric. I used to carry this diesel mechanical locomotive around me just for shunting and use the steam engine for the runs between station. But I started experimenting with the DH4, this one, because lots of all the other streamers and all the other people who play the game love this steam engine. Right, let me do my nose a sec. But I didn't have the license to drive this, so I bought the license in the game to drive this, and then when I was pulling it around, I had a crash, and this was really useful because it was the only one that wasn't damaged when I had a crash. And yeah. And when I was getting stuck with really heavy loads going uphill, this was really good at pulling stuff uphill, so that's why I kept it with us. So... because people will question, why are you pulling around a caboose and two diesel locomotives? All right, we're fully fueled, fully oiled. Fully fueled, fully oiled. We can go. Set the reverser, take the brakes off. There's cold in there. Check the boiler pressure, check the amount of water in the boiler. Yeah, if we add water to the boiler, it takes the pressure goes down. And if the pressure goes down, it means you haven't got as much power to play with. Oh, we're still set in reverse, that's why. Okay. I've modified the steam engine, so we've got a digital speedo, we've got the analog speedo down there. I've got these little sticky things, like the map is not meant to be stuck up here on default, but you can buy little sticky pads in the game and stick them to surfaces. That's why I've got the map stuck up there. And I've got a little clock over here, just a clock. Hang on. That noise means... something's broken. Have we not... something's broken. Great. Sounded like something's broken. We've got the oil's there. The thing's open, the valve's open there. We did that. Oh, we missed a pot. Right, there we go, close. And if you leave these pots open, then the oil falls out. Sure the oil in there. Alright, it should be okay now. I can hear the grinding of metal. Let me cue something else up to listen to. The 4 means the speed, line speed is 40 kilometers per hour. We're currently doing about 20. Let me cue something else up to listen to. That was terrible. difficult to find something to listen to, isn't it? Um, Just queue something else up. I don't know, actually. I'm tired. Yeah, I'm not going to queue something. I'm going to close YouTube and just finish this contract and go and take a rest, I think. Right, we've got to get this to... We load it in C50, which is this line here. It's got wagons on it. So we've got to put those 3 wagons by here. This is C5 outbound. There goes C50. Oh, I'm tired. I've been streaming for 2 hours 22 minutes. Oh, stretch for a bit. Yeah, we've got plenty of pressure in the boiler. Bit more water in the boiler. It's okay. Right, bung some more cold in there. Keep the dampers open. We don't have to worry about the temperature of the fire at the moment because we're only just shunting 3 wagons. So we've got to go over there and back here. Tired. My headset has got a problem. This last few hours has got a problem when it randomly goes up and down in volume. So I've got to keep tapping it. Right, I think we're off the points, are we? Set some air in the brake lines, put it on hold. Hold the air in the brake lines. So I believe we're all set for C5 is the siding we're going to go to, C5 outbound. Sorry, I'm so tired now. So we'll see the wagons as they change tracks. They go through the switch, or you can call them switch or points, whatever you prefer. Oh, stretch. So I usually make it so the wagons are all past the sign. We can get away with like half a wagon past the sign. You know, the indicator, the side-in indicator. Yeah, we've got to go back a little bit further. See that sign there? One wagon length further back. That will do, I think that will do. So it's not quite a whole wagon length. Right. Isolate the airlines, and break the air cable, there we go. Take off the 3-link coupling. Right, we'll go forward a little bit and then we've got to go to the station building then and put in the contract and see if we get some money for it. Station building's by there. Okay, put the handbrake on as well. Take the air brakes off. Put it into neutral. Make sure the thing's open. Right. Let's go and put the contract in, then I've got to go to toilet and I'll go have a rest, I think. So where's the contract? This is the contract. I'll put it in the machine. There we go. Oh, elapsed time 23 minutes bonus time. So that means we got the bonus payment. There you go. Extra $2,967. So pick up the cash, stop the alarm. Yes, we moved all correct. Nothing broken. Well done. No squirrels were harmed in the execution of this contract. Okay, I'm going to take a rest, I think. I'm going to take a rest. I'm tired. I've not been feeling very well the last few days anyway. So, okay. What's the time? The time is 2:59 in the morning. I've been streaming for 2 hours, 30 minutes and 11 seconds. Okay, thank you for watching. I don't know when Kerbal's going to come back. I just didn't feel like playing earlier. Didn't feel like playing. So, good night, good morning. Yeah, good night, good morning.